Between two bald girls. Oh, hi. Didn't see you there.
Welcome to Between Two Bald Girls.
We're your hosts, Hannah and JJ.
We're just two unemployed touring musicians.
With a little too much time on our hands.
In a world that's been canceled, in a future that doesn't exist, what happens when two ferns have two musicians have nothing to do and no hair?
On today's episode, we invited all of our ex-drummers to find out why there are ex-drummers.
Our first guest is Joao Gonzalez.
Welcome to Between Two Bald Girls.
Thank you for having me. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Believe it or not, you are our very first guest.
I was going to ask if you've done this before.
Ever. You were going to ask if we've done this before.
Does it not seem like we've done this before?
I haven't heard the show before yet. Like, where have I been?
We seem experienced.
We honestly thought, who better to have than Joe?
Then Joe.
And here's why. I just want to tell our listeners a little bit about the birth of Between Two Bald Girls.
Yeah,
and how
Give them background.
Joao, our very first guest ever, was present for basically the embryo version of Between Two Bald Girls, which is known as Hunun Jujut Nun.
I honestly feel like you've had so many episodes already. I think that's why, because we did so many already in the car.
They weren't publicized, though.
They weren't, which is a shame.
For our thousands, possibly even millions of listeners out there, Hunun Jujut Nun was Hannah, Elion, and myself in the back of our tour van while Joao, our dear drummer, was probably driving the van.
Yeah.
At 4 a.m.
But we were screaming in the back.
And we would recap the night's show and how it went, but speaking only...
Every word had to end in you.
Yes. Which is why Hannah and JJ at noon became Hunun Juju at noon. And for some unbelievable reason, Joao encouraged this behavior.
Sure did.
And said,
taught us everything we know.
Said, one day, ladies, you'll make a podcast. And here we are.
Here we are.
Between two bald girls.
I want to tell you a bit about today's show.
That'd be great.
Because this is actually a mystery episode.
Yeah.
And we're here.
Bit of a whodunit.
And we're here to get to the bottom of something.
Okay.
And I can reveal that later on the show, we have also invited our other two ex-drummers.
Oh, amazing.
To come and speak with us because we're trying to figure out why all of our drummers quit.
We can't seem to hold on to one. It's like Spinal Tap.
Yeah, it's like Spinal Tap. Turn the volume to 11, you know, that kind of thing.
No, like where the drummer...
No, I know.
Wait, did you have like a tour set up for this summer and everything like that? And it just...
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
Biggest tour of our lives.
Oh, my God. And the old pooper.
As they say.
Yeah.
So Joe, you drummed for Overcoats from approximately 2016 to 2018, is that?
Yeah. It was the end of 2016 we did our first show, I think. It was like that thing at Soho House, right? Or Ludlow House?
Oh, yes.
And how would you describe working with Overcoats?
Okay. At first, I was very scared. Like, just because I, like, really didn't want to... Can I curse, by the way?
I'm going to say yes.
I'm gonna say yes.
Fuck it.
I
We'll
might.
bleep it out if we need to.
Okay.
Fuck. So you were very fucking scared?
Yeah, I just didn't want to fuck it up. I didn't want to like be the reason that showcase show didn't go well. And
Right.
you guys were just like trusting me with so much, like, because I didn't know you guys before meeting you to work together.
Wasn't that show one of the shows where like my skirt was on stage like 5 minutes before we had to play, and you had to like go on and pretend to tune something?
No, but it was honestly like I was very nervous at first because if I fuck this up, I'm screwing everything up for them, like their release, like their tour, like so I was just very hard on myself those first like few months. I don't know if I ever told you guys how much I practiced leading up to that first rehearsal. It might have been JJ was like, "Oh, so how's the music basically? Like how's it been?" And I was just like, "Oh yeah, I've been going over it. I think I got it." But like I didn't tell you that I had spent, I think it was like 10 hours a day for a week, like in my tiny room, just like listening to the tracks he sent me, being like, "No, it's on the end of 3, not on the E of 2." And it's just Jillian, my girlfriend, was just like, "You need to relax. Like, I'm sure it's gonna be fine."
So you got the job.
Yeah.
And so, Joe, what was it like when we were on tour and we arrived at the first hotel that we'd been staying at, and then we showed you your bed, which was right next to our bed in the same room?
I didn't think anything of it. It was just kind of like, I don't really remember thinking anything of it.
We had some good slumbies. Remember that time that we put Joao between like 2 different mattresses?
Oh yeah, the cot.
Yeah.
It was the cot situation.
Known heretofore as the cot situation.
We'll reference that in later episodes.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, and I just am wondering, like, from your many years with us before the whodunit,
What was the moment where you thought, I don't know about these girls?
Flying with you guys is a shit show. Just like having to sit there while you guys are like putting stuff on the overheads and then like climbing over other passengers and being like, "Actually, never mind, I want my laptop," and then like climbing over them again and then holding up the whole plane.
Can we acknowledge that this is a Hannah specific
Yeah,
issue?
but I've changed you.
Okay, yeah, she's influenced me, but I get it from Hannah.
Yeah, and just
No,
having
you're
to be
right.
like,
I'm so sorry about that. I'm so sorry.
"No, it's okay."
Yeah.
And we were also so high.
Right.
So it was like that much worse.
Yeah.
Unaware of all social contracts.
Flying with overcoats is the epitome of the scene in Bridesmaids where Kristen Wiig
Will not
thinks
sit
there's
down.
a woman on the wing. And like there's like we're like knitting, we're covered in candy. Like our balls of yarn have like rolled into the aisle. Joao was sitting like 7 rows away,
Yeah,
even
Joao
though
would,
there was an empty seat next to us.
Joao would like have his like his headphones in, and like he wouldn't take his jacket off.
Yeah,
and he was
for
just
like 8-hour
I'm gonna
flight.
stay really still and stoic to offset what my group is doing to this flight. Joao, I want to know as well if there were any red flags that came up.
That could have warned us of the impending doom.
That your departure would bring.
I am being 100%
Was
honest.
it when I brought my mom?
That was a highlight.
That was fun.
I don't think that I've ever had an experience like as fulfilling and as fun as touring with you guys. And I mean that like honestly, I don't think I will ever have another experience like that because it was just everything was so new and so like novel. And like now I can't ever go on tour and feel like, oh, this is, I'm experiencing, losing my mind for the first time, or being on the road and like having these inside jokes with my band, and like having this kind of like us against them mentality. Like all of that will all just feel like, this is just how it is from now on. Whereas with you guys, everything just felt so special. Everything felt like so.
It was like losing our virginities together.
Right. Exactly. At the same time.
Yeah. And turning 40 all at the same time.
Yeah.
So no, there were no red flags. I think everything was just kind of like, I'm very sad that I will never feel that again.
Still to come on today's episode.
I think my Joao moment was when I was flipped upside down, drinking a beer keg, and some random college kid. Oh, okay, whatever. Some random college kid says, "Welcome to America."
The main thing I actually remember now that I think about it from touring with Joe is all of his bathroom troubles.
Oh, yeah.
And I often joined him.
You did.
For those.
Which I was so
Joe,
grateful for, by the way.
Do you remember in North Carolina when we went to the poke place?
Oh my God. We're banned. We're banned for life. We can't go back.
Banned for life. Because we just roll up to the poke place, occupy all of the bathroom for 25 minutes.
And ran out. Like, literally ran out.
Ruined them. Absolutely ruined them.
That was something, to be honest with you guys, 2017 was a rough year for my bowels, and I think that I was very worried how that would just like go over with you guys. And
I feel like that maybe should have been your red flag.
For myself.
Yeah.
For you.
I gotta get out of here.
I'm surprised that
Your
wasn't fired.
red flag.
All
to
of
us.
the above.
I feel like, no, because I also feel like that was Hannah's first real experience of touring as a gluten-free person.
Yeah.
And there
Right.
were many mishaps.
Yeah, totally.
So
there were a lot of
nobody's
mishaps.
innocent.
No, it's
here.
true.
Yeah, but it was
Some more innocent than
it
others.
was bad. It was really bad. Wasn't there that other show that was like at a street festival in, I think it might have been like Santa, we'll bleep it out, but I think it was Santa Fe. And I think,
Yeah.
and it was just like we couldn't.
That was the one where we were sweating so much.
Oh my God, that's the one with cherry wine.
Yeah, exactly. That's like
Wait, what happened with cherry
where
wine?
you forgot
I
all the
blocked it out. It was the elevation.
Yes, that mountain air really went to her head. As you all know, JJ, me, I sing the first verse of Cherry Wine.
Right.
Hannah is meant to come in the second verse.
It looks
No. Wait.
calls of guilty.
Calls of guilty. Calls of guilty. And she could not remember the words. And so we played through another sort of like chord progression, then another one, then another one.
Oh, I do remember this. We did an instrumental version.
Instrumental version. Meanwhile, all three of us are hysterically laughing because nobody can remember the words. Hannah's like, Jay, do you remember? What's my line? And I was like, I don't know. Line? I don't know. Line? And Joe, I really do sincerely believe that was your last show with us.
It was.
No way.
Yeah.
I remember the last show we did was the one where they had that basketball court.
This doesn't sound good.
Wait, what?
Yeah, it was in
I don't know.
Rhode Island maybe or something like that. It was like in the Northeast.
Oh, I know the one.
New Hampshire.
Yeah,
And I had just
rained.
gone through a breakup.
Yep.
Yeah, Hannah had just gone through a breakup and decided to go camping
That's right.
from New Hampshire.
Yeah.
Like leaving us.
I was like, guys, I gotta go. You may see me, you may not.
Did we wear wigs?
Not yet.
Not yet. That's another Whodunit, episode 3. That was our last show.
That was our last show. And I remember knowing.
If it wasn't Santa Fe, it makes sense that it would be that one.
Yeah, it was
pouring
too
rain.
right. It's too right.
Pouring rain.
Yeah.
It was outside.
There were solid 10 people there.
I just, knowing that it was my last show with you guys. I think like we all knew that it was going to be my last show with you.
We were trying to live it up because of that, but it just wasn't possible.
Yeah, it wasn't possible. But I remember thinking like during that show being like, okay, I don't know if I can do this anymore. Not because of you. Not because of you, just like...
Was it because I ran off stage 33 seconds before this concert because I got my period?
No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that.
And our green room was like a 10-minute walk away in like a bank.
Yeah, that's right.
It was.
It's like down the avenue. Oh man.
How is this
They were like,
legal?
yeah, we have this. Yeah, we have this law office, like basically wiped out to be your green room. There's kombucha and nuts.
Yeah, Pringles.
Yeah.
That was the end. You knew.
Yeah, I remember just being like, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Yeah, so we got our answer.
Yeah.
Joe,
There you
I want to
have it.
thank you so much for coming on Between Two Bald Girls. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you for having me.
Check out Joe at Soft Glass.
Yep. SOFT.
GLAS.
Hey, Joe.
Yeah.
This is another cherry popping situation.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah.
Our first guest, our first podcast.
I wouldn't have it any other way.
Well, I think that's a good place to stop and say, Joao, we love you.
Love you guys so much.
Love you.
Wait, don't go. Next, we talk to Sarah Galdes. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
Can you hear us?
to you.
Yes.
I think so.
Now I can.
Happy birthday, dear Sarah. Happy birthday to you.
Are you recording on your end?
Yeah, I got this little guy.
Fantastic.
That looks like a dildo for all you listeners who can't see.
Oh, you're already recording.
Oh, this is live.
Oh, just right from the start.
Yeah. This
With
is
no warning. Okay.
this is live on air. I think that's a great opportunity to introduce our next guest. We have our next goose. We have here on Between Two Bald Girls one of our former drummers, Sarah Galdes.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to the episode.
Thanks.
Yes, welcome.
Today's episode is kind of a whodunit, sort of a mystery podcast. We have invited all of our former drummers onto the show today to just kind of figure out why everyone quit. So hopefully we can, elucidate that a little.
Yeah, so let me just consult my files. So Sarah, you drummed for Overcoats between the years of 2018 and 2019, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct. I drummed in the Overcoats LLC.
And so Sarah, tell us a little bit about what it was like to be on tour with us.
You know, they say a great river rolls free in the night and turbulent during the day. They say that, and I fully believe it. No, it was great. I really enjoyed laughing every second. But then Overcoats LLC also, knows how to play it quiet, just reading time, lots of naps, snacking on peanuts, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember just laughing a lot at nothing or something. Laughing at a lot of men, I guess, which is always hilarious.
Yeah, we did laugh at a lot of men.
Yeah, because this was our first tour that was all female, being with Sarah.
Right. So we had previously had a male drummer So it was a very different energy and, you know, a welcome energy to have it be 3 women.
Yeah, except that we always had like an accompanying male with us.
For some reason, we had like an add-on male at all points.
Mail order mail.
Just to name a few, we had Jaquan.
We had Hooves.
We had none other than Hooves.
Love that guy.
And
I remember we only had like a couple days that we didn't have a male with us because we had to do like some driving and it just didn't work out to have a male with us and and it was like the greatest few days of tour.
in fact,
of
it's
our
like
lives.
the part I can remember best.
Yeah. Do you remember any like embarrassing things that we did while on tour?
Well, this isn't embarrassing, but do you remember that like really loud alarm that we just like couldn't figure out how to turn off? And it was like after a show in like DC. I think it was like your aunt's place.
At my aunt's house.
That wasn't embarrassing.
The police came. Yes.
Yeah, so there we are at like 1 a.m.
The police force arrived.
Hannah's aunt had kindly let us stay in her house while she was away, right?
Yeah.
And
She gave us the wrong code to turn off the
door alarm.
alarm. And then we broke into my aunt's house and the cops came. And I was like, hi, I'm related. The thing was, we looked like bad.
Yeah, we were
like
gonna
I think
break
we had
it.
been on tour for like at least a couple days. So, you know, it was starting to show.
No shower.
And it was just
Yeah,
like
and-
vomit and blood everywhere.
Right. And I remember thinking like, I don't know that these cops are going to
Will
believe me.
Yeah. I mean, you were also holding a knife
Right.
in your
With the
hands
knife,
and-
it was like how I
It was
couldn't-
a lot.
Yeah, I couldn't know what was going to happen.
Wait, wasn't there one time when like something didn't trigger correctly? Or was that
Oh yeah, it was the fill
Maddie.
in the full.
in the
well-
Fool?
Yeah.
Fill.
Well,
In the Fill or
I
the
believe
Fool?
it was. I believe it was bar 32, measure 3E on the 3E.
I know it.
Yes.
Of the
I
Phil
know which
spelled
one.
PHIL.
Our hit single, The Fill.
Yes, if you remember the fill in the fool, it goes doom 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 doom, right?
Yeah.
Doom,
yeah.
doom.
Yeah,
It did.
I fucked that up. The pad didn't go, so it was just like doom,
Yeah.
doom doom.
I have a question for you, Sarah. If you had to marry one of us and have sex with one of us,
Oh god.
which one would you choose for which?
No wrong answers.
Wait, isn't there like a killing option?
You think I would include
The killing will be like of the male,
of the attachment
Right,
male?
right.
of the sacred firstborn male. And so all that's left is the marrying and the fucking.
Okay, so what are my options? Sex and marriage, but not together. Not sex and marriage, sex or marriage.
Like, you can either, I guess,
Like you'll have sex with who you marry probably.
no, but
But it won't be like
it won't be good.
Yeah, it won't be good.
Of course.
Okay, so sex, so marriage and bad, really
So-
bad sex.
Yeah, so
Or just
marriage,
sex.
marriage and partnership.
Sexless marriage.
Marriage, partnership, lifelong commitment, but no sex.
Or
with
just
one
like
of us.
like just fine sex.
So one of us, you can have that with one of us, and the other one you can have sex with, but
Yeah.
no partnership, no intimate.
In fact, you may never see them again.
Wait, so sex and not seeing again.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I didn't think
Okay.
the question through.
Sex. This is a special edition. Sex, and you
Okay.
can never see them or talk to them again.
But it's really good.
Or
Okay, I've gotten my answer.
with them
I
every
have
day.
it.
Okay, yeah, let's hear it.
No, Hannah,
feel
you're
like- Well,
okay.
changing the question.
I feel like I know what she's gonna say.
I think she's gonna
Jay-
marry me.
I think she's gonna marry
Well-
me.
Oh.
Well, JJ has red highlights. It just screams sexual. I'm gonna bang JJ. I'm gonna marry little lamb. Sexless little Hannah marriage.
Okay, I feel like that answers my question. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Not unrelated to our last question, I'd like to know if there were any red flags on tour with us where you were like, oh,
this might
I better,
not.
yeah, I have to stop.
And maybe something where, looking back, Hannah and I can reflect and be like, that's probably why she quit. What was the moment where you were like, I don't know if I can do this anymore? Because I want you to know that our previous guest on the show
had an answer.
Was Joao, our first ex-drummer. And he had a very concrete answer.
Yeah, he knew exactly when the moment was.
And his final show with us was in the rain in New Hampshire, playing for 10 people on a basketball court.
And he was like, I can't
And
do this anymore.
he said, point blank, he said, that was the moment where I said to myself, I don't know if I can do this anymore.
What was our last show with Sarah?
Well, was it the one where I did the beer, the American tradition
oh my God.
at the frat house?
Oh no.
And that explains it.
Yeah, I really feel like we're getting to the bottom of things
Yeah,
here.
so that was the show that we were in wigs.
Say no more.
I think my Joao moment was when I was flipped upside down, drinking a beer keg, and some
It's called a
random
keg
college
stand.
kid. Oh, okay, whatever. Some random college kid says, "Welcome to America," and I'm like, I don't think I can do this anymore.
And there you have it, folks.
That's it, folks.
That was the moment.
Right. So just to explain to our thousands, perhaps millions of listeners out there, this was a college show that we played at our alma mater, Wesleyan. We'll bleep that out later.
Yeah.
I guess we had been out of college for 4 years, so we were going back.
Going bald.
Hence the wigs and the podcast. We agreed to play this one-off college show to make a bit of cash, and but it was before we had unveiled our shaved heads, which obviously we did for our hit single, The Fill. And
Our hit single.
and that's the part you're laughing
Yes,
at.
I know the music. I know the music quite well. The Phil is my favorite song.
We decided that the best thing to do so that nobody would leak the fact that we were bald was to buy very realistic wigs.
Very expensive.
I might add. The part of the wig, this is unrelated, but the parts of the wig where like it was at the front of our
Scalp.
our forehead
Our scalp.
was really noticeable. Like, you can tell when it's...
Yeah, well, because you had those little pieces coming out right here.
So we
Like
also
tiny little bangs.
decided that we should wear beanies.
Oh, yeah.
So we just...
It made them
yes.
look much more realistic.
They looked more realistic, but also like, why were we wearing matching beanies at a college show, like in the middle of June?
Right. Did we make Sarah wear a beanie?
Probably.
No, but you look like aliens that had just arrived on planet Earth, and you were like, "How do we imitate human woman?"
Yeah,
Human
we were
woman
like,
wear
I am a
beanie.
human girl.
I have hat.
I have
Is
the
this
hat.
hat?
One thing leads to another, as these things often do, where we just ended up at like a frat party.
Took our wigs off.
We did a big reveal where we removed our wigs, and that was fun. Just a quick word from our sponsor.
Yeah, we just need to take a quick break. Have a word from our sponsor.
Hi, I'm Michael Baldo, and this is The Dairy.
Here's what else you need to know today. Milk is
Delicious.
Still to come on today's episode.
Wait, I didn't quit.
just roll with it, Maddie.
Wait. You guys fired me.
We're back with Sarah, ex-drummer.
For Overcoats LLC. And we're finding out from her just what went wrong.
I have another red flag, actually. So we're
yes,
in Chicago and we're walking. Oh, it was a Halloween show we were about to play. Maybe not in Chicago, maybe in Seattle.
Minneapolis.
No.
I thought you were going to bring up Cassandra.
Yes. So we're just walking to
That was
some
Chicago.
nice costume shops. Just thought, I dress up as a pirate or something simple. Simple. And then all of a sudden,
elegant.
I look back and there's like this giant mannequin who's already named that's like being stuffed into the tour van.
Could you describe quickly the size of the
maybe
mannequin?
like 6'2", slender,
Fully grown.
fully white, just iridescent.
Bald. Bald, I might add.
Was she nude?
She was definitely nude, but I'm not really sure. I didn't really go
You weren't looking.
further.
Didn't inspect.
Yeah, I am a gentleman. For a long time, I just thought it would be like for one show. But there she was, again and again.
JJ's seeming to have a laugh
I just
attack.
remembered perhaps another red flag. Also in Chicago after. Well, I don't know. We can bleep this part out afterwards. But I remember that originally we named the mannequin Cassidy.
Oh, God.
And it was extremely triggering because you came back to the hotel room and we were like, this is Cassidy. Our mannequin.
And I was like,
not knowing,
shit.
Not knowing that Sarah's ex-wife was named Cassidy.
Yeah, we'll take this part out.
And it was just so
Please
unfortunate.
leave it in. Yes, out of all the names, literally
Like,
every
that is not
name.
a common name.
No.
So yeah, Cassandra stayed with us for
A long time.
a long
That's
time.
definitely a red flag.
Yeah.
Until we threw her in that dumpster in the parking lot somewhere in
Well, no,
Iowa.
we
Yeah,
threw the
love
body,
women.
but then we kept the head.
We support women.
We listened to women. But no, we kept the head. Do you still have the head?
Yo, I have the head. Well, thank you so much, Sarah, for being on this episode of Between Two Bald Ferns.
Oh, it's an honor. Thank you for asking me and having me on.
I feel like I'm starting to understand what keeps happening. Let's get Maddie on the phone.
So without further ado, let's get started.
Yeah.
Between two bald girls. So Maddie, you've been a drummer in Overcoats.
Yes.
What was that experience like for you?
Well, Hannah, let me put it to you like this. You guys flew me out to New York to basically just
Fancy.
go on
Really
tour.
fancy.
What?
We're fancy.
Extremely
Flying
fancy. It was a
places.
first-class flight direct at 2 p.m. LAX to JFK.
Private jet,
Private jet.
first class.
First class.
Wow, first class in the private jet. That's like
Yeah.
the top echelon.
I was looking out the window with the pilot.
Whoa, that's dangerous.
I was sitting in the pilot's lap.
I was the pilot. This episode is a sort of mystery, if you will. And we're trying to get to the bottom of why all of our drummers have quit.
Wait, I didn't quit.
Just roll with it, Maddie.
Wait. You guys fired me.
Just roll with it, Maddie.
Okay, shut up, Maddie. Yes, boss.
Hush, hush.
So Maddie, what was the moment, or were there many that you realized I can't do this anymore?
God.
Maddie, surely there were some moments where you thought to yourself,
This is too much.
this
for
doesn't
me.
feel right. It's too much. Tell us about one of those.
You know what I wonder if it was actually for Maddie? Because I seem to recall an evening late into the second tour where Hannah and I had our pillow fight
Oh, right.
about which side of the bed
Yeah, that was actually...
you would sleep on. And I honestly feel like that may have been your breaking point.
Well, no, it wasn't just the fight. It was, pun intended, it was that I think Ned and I were sharing a pull-out couch at that exact same moment. Nana. Yeah, Nana slept on the floor for the most part.
Her back.
So that fateful night, I do recall that you and Nana had decided to share the pull-out couch of the hotel room when the fight unfolded.
Mm-hmm. And so we were kind of laying there listening to you guys fight about which side of the king bed who got to sleep on which. And we're kind of like, it's nice having a pillow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Remember one of you guys started like coming up with a poem or like mocking a...
No, we started speaking in like ye olde English to write the covenant of the sides of the bed.
Yes.
And we were like...
Do a little bit of that, Jay.
We were like, heretofore a chicken shallst be slaughtered on the eve upon which both sides of the bed hath been taken up.
Shall an overcoat not choose the correct side of the bed, 4 goats must be slain in her name.
Yeah, and it was kind of right then and there when I was like, enough is enough. But I do want back in, if you'll have me.
Well, this has really taken a turn. Here we are interviewing all of our drummers that have quit, and one of them wants their job back.
I want my job back. Job back.
You know, because here we've gone through so many drummers, and we were like,
weird.
you know, the common denominator is us.
Yeah.
So maybe there's something wrong with us.
So you kind of want me to be your therapist. It's not even really about me.
You know, we're trying to connect some dots that just form an ugly pattern for us. We've been through so many drummers. None of them stay. And this has actually been really nice to hear that you want your job back.
Yeah, you weren't expecting that, were you?
Well, Maddie, thank you so much for coming on our show.
Thanks for having me. I'm sorry for quitting.
It's been really illuminating to hear why you quit. And
if there are any future drummers listening, reach out. I'm here for you. Good
Best
luck.
gig you ever had.
You know, there's a community of us if you need it.
Thank you and good night.
Good night, you guys.
Good night.
Good night.
This episode was mixed by Sarah Esikoff.